Hey everyone, how are you? Welcome to this presentation. Um, and I'm grateful you're here. Thank you very much. So the way we're going to work today is this is very informal. It's more like a conversation actually. And we're going to talk about how professionals and project managers can really leverage AI for their work and to do what they need to do. So I want to first of all just give a backstory how I came to decide to do this workshop is that I have been in some meetings with either some clients and teams and different people, and then also for sure with some clients as far as teams and the people they are working with, and then also just friends, some friends or people I do know that are project managers or are professionals, usually very, very busy. I didn't put the word busy here, but really that's what it comes to. And I came to learn that many people either are skeptical of AI or they haven't had a chance to use it either because they're busy or not interested or frankly scared. Because people are like, I don't know about that. Obviously, we've seen all kinds of um, questions or things online about AI and the fears that are out there. So that is where really many people come from. When I say come from, I mean with those backstories. And, like all of us, some of those backstories can really affect us with the way that we think about something, anything, just about anything. Either we try to get away from pain or we move towards pleasure. Pleasure in this case can be, I'm not going to touch it. I'm not going to even try it out. So that's what really precipitated this workshop that I wanted to put ahead because I was sharing with those friends of mine that I think really in this day and age, I feel like everyone should have an opportunity to work with AI. And that we can't just ignore it. We can't just throw it out. So really that's where I come, with that background. Give me 1 second. My dog is here. So today we're going to just go over a few things, just give you some background of what, this whole thing is. And of course, by the way, this is about 30 minutes and then a Q&A. If there's no Q&A, that's okay. I will post it and then I'll ask people if they have any questions for sure. Do feel free, please, to send me a DM or you can ask in the comments section. This is going to be on my social media posts. Really, it's going to be LinkedIn, it's going to be Facebook and Twitter. Those are the main ones I use. Certainly on IG and Threads. I'm just going to put it there. So if anyone has any questions, do feel free to message me either privately or even better, it helps other people to know what some of the things are that we have questions about because it's helpful. Like even you, maybe you'd like, if someone asked that, it would be a helpful question that maybe obviously that I wouldn't have thought about or someone else wouldn't have thought about. Okay, so that's how we're going to roll. Okay. All right. So first things first, I'm going to just introduce myself here. Give me 1 second. All right. For some reason, this wasn't going down when I use my down arrow. Okay. A little bit about me. I'm really, this is me, but I'm not going to say everything. However, I've been primarily working in the healthcare industry for a long time. And over 20 years actually. And in this role, I really worked on the healthcare process side, the clinical side. Tech is where really I started because I was a programmer, I was a developer, software engineer actually. And I work both on the provider side and the insurance side. So those are the things, that I've done within healthcare. Also within that realm, I managed projects, still I'm managing projects. However, now I've expanded the projects that I do manage. So as you can see, I have worked in digital solutions, digital applications actually, and solutions. That was both in healthcare and also now outside of healthcare. And also digital marketing is another place that I have my foot in right now. So I'm working in those spaces. Um, I'm very versatile, meaning that even though these are the things about me, they're not the everything about me. And personally, I'm a loving mother, a stepmom. I'm a farm mom of Sandy the dog. I'm a wife. I'm a love of community, of nature and nurture, yoga, sun, travel, friends. I'm a gatherer. I love friends and gathering. I'm a seeker also. I do believe that there's always room to learn. So I'm one of those. And I believe I'm a child of the universe. So kind of don't belong anywhere necessarily, but I do belong. So that's me. Okay. So what we're going to go over today is I'm going to go over, first of all, some things that I would like us to talk about where, um, I'm explaining what um, ChatGPT, first of all, is, and then I'll explain why we should care about it. I'll give some examples. I'll just give some things why you should pay attention to me, and also maybe why listen to me. Kind of the same things, but all in all I'm trying to say is that that I really worked with AI, and also as I'm working to help my clients, and I really realized how it can leverage our work um, and really help us to go forward quickly. Maybe actually, as I do this, I'm gonna just also give another story. Why? Because this is this is really what brings me to having used or using ChatGPT to help me, especially with project management. So I think with any of you who maybe have worked in the project management industry for some time, or even just about any professional wherever you are, as you see right now, there is first of all many layoffs that have been there. And so you find that many times people may have more work than maybe they had before. Sometimes it may not be everyone's case, but even without that, I have been working as a consultant for a long time. So when you work as a consultant or a contract, expert in whatever it is that you're providing services for, you find that many times you're going to work on deadlines, very tight deadlines, more so, okay, versus say someone who's a full-time employee. So having said that, first of all, I was traveling. I was a ward warrior. I'm one of those people. And then also with the tight deadlines, I came to a point where actually I really burnt out really badly. And I think you've heard of that. Last week, I was talking about that a lot, how we can leverage really AI or virtual assistants to help us to not burn out. Project managers, that is an area that can really, really burn us out if we're not careful. So, and then the pandemic hit, and obviously, hospitals were trying to save people. They were not, you know, bringing on like consultants and stuff like that, which I'd been working on. And with that, I actually shifted and went into my own personal life, and that's what brought me now that I haven't been really working as much with traveling, healthcare traveling. So I'm mostly helping clients virtually or remotely, which is actually has been very good. But I say that to say that you can leverage AI as your assistant, and I bring it to you because I really have seen how it can really be helpful. for project managers, and just about other professionals. Okay, so that's the reason. So I'm going to talk about ChatGPT from that point of view, that leverage it as, to help you really boost your productivity. If you have had a chance to play around with it, great. Maybe in depth, not so much. That's okay. I'll be doing some demos. But if you haven't, this is going to be a chance for you to do that. Okay. So the biggest one, obviously, is ChatGPT. We all heard of it. However, there are some others that are out there. Just so you know, ChatGPT just blew up because they made it available to the everyday person, you and I. But actually, AI has been out there. I think we've had Siri, we've had, I know Siri. I use Android, so I forget the one for Apple. But those, the speech to text to speech, sorry, or speech to text, vice versa, AIs that are out there. Suddenly Google has had it also for a very long time with, the capabilities they have with Google search and some other things. Okay. So those have been there, but they were just with the big companies and them incorporating them in whatever applications they, made and then shared with the world. But ChatGPT was made really for us to have. So that is why it blew up. And it's a good thing. But also, what they've done is they've allowed the normal people to tap into it and create anything else that can be helpful. So that is where you see that this has expanded and grown so fast. There are hundreds of apps that everyone, you and I, if we know how to program, or maybe you don't even, but you have a need, you can even ask someone maybe to program it for you. If you have the money to pay the programmers or the developers, they can do that for you. Okay. But the point is that it's growing so fast. And so for anyone that is not tapped into it, we're going to be left behind. There are some where you don't, in fact, many, you don't have to know tech. They've made it where it's simpler, that it's within an app and we can just tap here or tap there or do whatever we need to do. Maybe enter some information and be able to do whatever task we want it to do. So that is a great thing, okay? But it's only growing. That's the thing because of that. Because what happened is GPT allowed people to be able to tap. I think you've heard of integrations via APIs. Tap into GPT. Yeah, I'll say GPT by then instead of ChatGPT, because that's another word I use. So when I say ChatGPT or GPT, it's the same thing. Tap into GPT and then just create whatever it is that they want to create that is going to improve, the world. So let's start. Okay. So first of all, I wanted to define what ChatGPT is. And I'm looking at my time just to make sure that, I'm not going over time. Okay, so what ChatGPT is, it's a state of language processing model that generates human-like text, translates languages, summarizes text, answers questions, and performs other language-related tasks. Now, ChatGPT was developed by an organization or a company firm called OpenAI. It's open because they wanted to open it to the world, which is us, the normal people, versus just the tech companies. I'm not going to go into who did what and who did that, but maybe you've had some news about it. Elon Musk was one of the ones. In fact, they say he was the founder. At least that's what he said. Then he left the company. So there are other people that have been working on it. And so OpenAI organization is an American leading artificial intelligence research organization with several AI applications. Now, one of the things is that this OpenAI, ChatGPT is changing. It's not every day, but as an app itself, chat app or AI app is updated frequently. So some of the things even I may have here, may be outdated by even a week from today. Okay. However, they're not developing it as fast as before because now they've been asked to slow down and make sure that things are in order, that, we as the normal people are protected, our data and all of those things. Of course, there are many stories that I'm not going to go into because apparently recently they're filing some cases to do with data and all of that. But the point is that it has so many capabilities. It's growing very fast. Many things are being added to it. Plus also any person that can create an application, a plugin, or anything really can create something out of it. So my point is that it's going to be, I think for me, I really think this is another revolution, like the industrial, the agriculture, sorry, industrial and informational and all those things. I think AI is also a revolution in and of itself. You remember like how the internet came? AI is also like that. So, okay, we're going to move fast a little bit. So this was also from my slide. I left some of my slides here. This when I was giving updates. This was from where actually they partnered with Microsoft, and Microsoft created that public cloud platform called Microsoft Azure. Microsoft Azure is something like Amazon AWS, which is the cloud. They're big cloud application. That's what it is. But they've created other apps out of that. They've created, I think, as you've heard, Bing is now AI enabled. They've created so many things. I'm going to give you an example. So I just wanted to give that. In addition to that, many other organizations are also incorporating, AI within their applications or platforms or anything like that. And I'll talk about small, medium, and large companies, how they're all going through this whole, AI adoption and things like that. Okay. Okay, so as you can see here, at least this is still up to date. Updates were made to OpenAI ChatGPT. They've made the next one, I think, was in March, then May, June, and then also very recently in GPT-4. GPT-4 is the one that has more capabilities than ChatGPT 3.5. Okay, they're both very good. It's just they've made the other one to be a SaaS, whereby their payments, you do a subscription and you can access more features more than 3.5. Okay, so really that's what it is. So here I was giving an example. What is an API for anyone that may not know? They've created, they being ChatGPT, they created API capabilities. It's really an application interface where two different applications connect to each other. And of course, behind the scenes, I don't have the in-depth knowledge, but from my tech knowledge before, they create a key. It's called the API key, and then it's entered, and that will allow, the communication between two different applications. So this is a very good thing, and that's why you see that there are really many apps or applications or plugins that are being created because of that. Numerous, and I'll show you how that is. So anyway, example here, when you want to get from one application to the other, is when Zoom, maybe it has several, let me just actually zoom out of here and maybe show you. I don't know if I'll see, probably we won't see them, but Zoom, for example, right now, it has quite a bit of apps that they provide us that can be used. Some of them are, for example, the transcription. Like as I'm talking now, I think there's one called Read that I activated just to see how it works, and it transcribes the meeting as I'm talking or anyone is talking. Okay, and I wanted to give you an example. Another one of that is Microsoft Teams. Microsoft Teams is also more a project, actually, a collaborative, I should say, but they have a project management component. Remember, they also have Microsoft project, one of the ones that started. But there are many that have come on the market right now. So Microsoft project is not really as big as it once was, but it's used a lot, especially by bigger enterprise companies. But smaller, medium companies use other applications for project management, for example, and/or team collaboration. So anyway, here I just wanted to, I didn't do a slide for this because there are many. So I said I'll just show you as we're going how this is. So they created the Microsoft Teams, and then there's Premium. So the Premium is the one they've added all these, here it is. Okay, Premium brings the largest technology, including the large language models powered by OpenAI's GPT. So large models, also if you see LLMs, that's what that means, LLMs. They sometimes use the acronym, okay? And so here you say they make meetings more intelligent, personalized, protected, whether it's one-on-one or large meeting or virtual appointments or webinars, okay? And how has that been done? I just want to go over very, very quickly. Let's see the ones that they talked about here. So intelligent recap. Here is whereby they have a transcription that actually is already in Teams. And as people are talking, it takes notes. Ooh, that would be big. That is big because, you know, as project managers, sometimes you're in meeting after meeting after meeting, and you have to create summary notes. I mean, seriously, it can be a lot. So this, I think, is very, very helpful for project managers. Here, as you see, within those notes, it creates also chapters. In addition to chapters, I'm really going through this fast. It will also create personalized timelines, markers. So these are, you know, if you've, I think we all have a YouTube video, for example, where some may have what they call chapters. They call them chapters or timelines, where this minute and then second, this was the topic that was discussed. So it's that kind of thing, where people can go back, either listen exactly to what it is they want versus sitting through everything, and only listen to what it is they need to listen to versus everything. Okay, so those are some of the things. As you can see here, this is a screenshot, video setting, meeting details, and the transcript that's created. So that's really great. So anyway, I just wanted to give that as an example of what they have. It has many capabilities, but I just wanted to talk about what some of the things they've integrated. Now, just so we know, also is that this integration is also a lot in some of the other applications, not necessarily just project management, but just different applications out there that are being used for work, in business, for different roles or different categories. So, you know, that is what that is. As you see here, they show even they have meeting templates that I think that one can have, so that when a meeting is transcribed from a virtual video, for example, you don't have to go in and start all over again all the time. You will find it there, transcribed a certain way when you've created your template. Okay, so that's something I wanted to share with you. Okay, going back here, the other thing I want to talk about now is, let's see. Okay, I'm just going to stop sharing here for a minute. Okay, so as we go through this, I am going to bring myself back here. Hi everyone. I hope you're doing well. Okay. Let me just oops, I can't do that. I'm just bringing up my notes here. Give me 1 second, please. All right, so what are some of the other things that we need to think about? One of the things that I wanted to bring to you is that right now, many companies have been very hesitant to adopt AI, and these are the bigger companies. In fact, let me backtrack a little bit. The thing about the big companies, medium size, and the small companies, you can imagine they're very nimble. They've been actually, they've adopted rather to AI much faster. You have the 1-person, 2-person, 5-person business, because they don't have, first of all, they may not have a lot of legal to go through, or a lot of management levels or hierarchies to go through. So you find that it's mostly the small to medium companies that have adopted AI much faster than the bigger companies, even though the bigger companies have the money. The reason for that also comes into privacy concerns, HIPAA concerns, for example, for healthcare, and data concerns for just about every business. They just want to make sure that data is not being shared out there, and that it's not being used, because in fact, one of the things that you are warned, for example, if you are to subscribe to ChatGPT, is that they would tell you, for those that have plugins, which is the higher level, the plus, you will find that they will tell you that they may share, for example, your location or your name with a plugin. And I'll get to that to demo it for you. But the reason for that is they have to make sure that those things are lining up. For example, some of the plugins will ask you your name, your email, or things like that. So you're going to have to make sure that the one you use when you signed up for an account is the same one you use for the plugin. And so that's why it sends it to ensure, as data, to ensure that you're the same person. Hence, they give you that warning. So that is why you find that bigger companies are not adopting as fast, because they're being cautious. There's legal concerns, again, like I said, okay? A good example, I don't want to go into it, but then we have to go into it, is right now there are artists, mostly it's artists so far, that are suing OpenAI, and saying that they use their information without their consent, to do the studies they've done. Certainly, I'll tell you that I think they've used a lot of all of us, our data. And I'm not saying that they shouldn't sue. I'm saying that it depends on, I think, how people see things or what the situation is. So that's why. So they're being cautious. So some have not adopted. Hence, my reason to come, here and really just ask any of you that if you haven't yet, started using ChatGPT, that's okay. But what I would suggest to you is, do not wait that your company maybe has adopted it. My suggestion to you is that open an account on your own and start using it. That is really what I would suggest to you. Okay. Why? Because that's the future. That's really the future. Okay. So, which brings me to our question, why should we care? We should care because AI is not just a buzzword, it's really the reality. Okay. And you find that, for example, there's been a study by McKinsey. If you have a McKinsey, is one of those fancy big consulting companies that they always refer to. And they say that it could potentially deliver additional global economic activity over up to almost 13 trillion by 2030. So as project managers and also professionals, we are at the forefront of this change. So we cannot ignore it. We have to adopt it. And then imagine a world where routines are automated, where you can predict risks before they become issues, and also where you can allocate, resources with precision, because AI is, I'll tell you, is much smarter than us. But when it comes to whatever it is that it may give us, we have to put our personal touch to it also. Okay. So that's the power of AI in project management, that it has the power to automate things, and it may not replace them. The other thing, that I know many people, all of us actually were scared of, is that, is it going to take our jobs? Okay. As far as project management, I'll tell you, probably not. Maybe some things, but not like taking away the need for project managers. Why? Because that human touch is still needed. Like, no matter how much AI is smart, it cannot do some things that a project manager does. So that is the upside of this career of project management. Okay, that it will not really replace us. However, we can leverage it to help us to you know uh, be faster with what we do, have higher productivity, and things like that. Okay. But it won't replace us. However, I do know firsthand that there's some people that have been laid off because of AI, many of them like writers. But here's the upside. The upside is that right now copywriting is in very high demand. So even though if you're one of those people, maybe you right now you're at a company, or anyone, it doesn't have to be a copywriter, but just anyone, maybe, who you are doing maybe data analysis or things like that, where it's just data analysis, because they're science data analysts and they're still needed. um, that I don't think that is going to take those jobs quite right now. Maybe in the future, as it becomes better and better. Because, by the way, as I'll show you, we train ChatGPT or any other. The other ones are mostly trained, but we do train ChatGPT if you use it right out of the gate. To know what it is that you work on, mostly how you want things. So in the beginning, you may not get good results. You may have to do one more than one time to make it to help it to get to the answer that you need. Okay. But what it is that we do train it, and that's what they're doing, also training it. Okay. So anyway, those are the high level things why we should care. And also a survey by Gartner says 75% of enterprises will shift from piloting, as in now trying out ChatGPT, to operationalizing it by 2024, which is really next year. And so this will in turn drive increase in streaming data in analytical or analytics infrastructure. And so the faster that we embrace these, the better. And why is this important? This is because, as you've heard, that many of the bigger companies, especially enterprises, I'm going to say because they have the bigger number of employees in this case, or people that are working there, they haven't embraced it fully. However, that is what they're doing behind the scenes. They're piloting, they're testing things, they're making sure things are okay. So what you want to do is to get ahead of that curve, that by the time they open it up and they ask, oh, who will do this, who can do this, that you actually already have that talent. All right. And many people will be, I'm telling you, either will be promoted or will get better jobs, paying jobs, or other jobs that embrace ChatGPT and use it wholeheartedly. Because right now, that has already happened. There are people who are needed to create different things from ChatGPT, prompting, art, and things like that. Okay. So don't be left behind. Just make sure that you take care of this. The other thing is, I talked about it already, why you should be paying attention to me. I'm talking from firsthand because I've used it a lot, and I'm gonna do just a quick demo. Let me see where we are with time. Okay. I'm gonna do a quick demo, and we'll go from there. But I wanted two things to impact on you, is that ChatGPT is going to be here no matter what we want or not. ChatGPT will, yes, it may take away some jobs, but what it's going to do is mostly going to be working hand in hand with us as an assistant. And so, especially if you're someone who was busy, a busy executive, and busy project managers are always busy, frankly speaking, or busy professional, you want to use it to help you get, your productivity faster. So what are some of the things that we can use ChatGPT for? Okay, so I'm going to just demo here. I keep forgetting. This doesn't allow me to actually, it doesn't allow me to, let's see. Yes, I'm bringing it up. ChatGPT. Okay. So here's ChatGPT. So I wanted to show you ChatGPT here. When you have the plus ChatGPT plus, which is the upper level, you also have access to 3.5, which is the free one available to free and plus users. So this is the free one. This is the one that is for the with more features. Okay. So as you can see here, it says the most capable model, great for tasks that require creativity and advanced reasoning. So one sec. So that's the default, and these are the plugins. Now, it was connected to, if someone hasn't seen it before, if you have, that's fine. Also, I wanted to show you here that ChatGPT currently has a cap of 25 messages every 3 hours. Now, if you have used it, great. If you haven't, you're going to find that as you start using AI more, within apps, not just ChatGPT, because many apps now have that, is you're going to pay, because they also have to pay to ChatGPT, and there's what they call tokens. It's more like how much data are you using, or how much bandwidth are you using. Okay, that's why you see that even those with plus, they'll only allow you to have 25 messages every 3 hours. Okay, you can see it here. When you get to that, they'll ask you to wait that you've reached your quarter for the hours, and they'll ask you to wait until usually I think it's 30 to 40 minutes about, but that's what it is. So this is the free one. So I'm gonna just go and log in, log out, just to show you. So in order to log out, you'll come down here, because I'm already in, so I want to log in and show you how that is. So this is my plus account. My plus account is on I have two windows. One is Chrome and one is Bing. So the Chrome one, which is this, is the one that's let's see, I'm just making sure. Okay. Oh, I am so sorry. I forgot. I have to do a screen share. I have to do a screen share. Okay. Share. Oh, I thought I was showing you. Okay, so I'm going to log in, and this is really just to walk those who haven't maybe opened an account yet, how it works. And I have two windows open. The other one is my Bing. Bing is a Microsoft search word. Oops, is a Microsoft search word. Give me one second. And let's see here. Okay. Hopefully you can see my screen. Yes. All right. So once you log in into the, let me go log out. Okay. So I'm going to log back in. And the way to get to the login screen, you will go to either openai.com, or to go directly is chat.openai.com. Okay, chat. Otherwise, you can also go OpenAI, but if you go OpenAI, it's going to take you there. It's going to take you to where they have all their different apps, which is this one. Okay. And then you can go to where, because these are the different ones, and also the news and everything. General availability and deprecation of older models in the completed APIs. So I'm going to go into that. Honestly, I don't want to confuse anyone. But these are the products. So you have ChatGPT 4. They introduced ChatGPT for app iOS. Oh, they started with Android, I guess. Function calling other. Okay. Those are careers. So if you start with openai.com, you're going to come here. So you go to learn about OpenAI. This is the one that will actually lead you to get to the app. So sorry, here it is. You go here and it tells you to sign up. It may not take me to the sign up actually. There you are. Okay. So you put in your email here, whatever your email is, blah, blah, blah. And you log in and all of that. And then, you'll be good to go. You create an account. It's actually very, very simple. Okay. So this is the free version, 3.4. And because remember, if you want the higher level, it has more features, more capabilities. What you do is that you will get that plus from the free one. So I would advise you first go and sign up for a free account if you want. If you don't, that's also okay. But usually that is how you do it. Okay. I have two different emails. There was a reason because I wanted to see how they work. Okay. Anyway, two different emails. Sorry for the because I first used the free one, the ChatGPT 3.5. Okay. And then afterwards I updated to the other one. I was doing some projects and I thought they had more capability. So I was like, let me sign up for the plus. Okay. So anyway, I'm going to go here. I'm logging in because I saved my, but here it is. It's showing you all the apps they have. This is new. Actually, didn't have that before. So it shows you now their different what is it, applications. They have ChatGPT. DALL-E is the text to image. So here you use it to create a realistic image. DALL-E, is that how they call it? API is for the programmers or anyone. Actually, it's not just programmers. Sometimes, is it on this side? Or is it on the other side? I forget. Models for application of business. Yeah, these are the people who have created some application or a business and they want to tap into API, the API for ChatGPT, which obviously is an automation. So that's why that is. I hadn't logged out in some time. So yeah, this is neat. Now they have it here, so that's good. Before they only had ChatGPT here. So anyway, I'm going to choose that. And then once you choose what you want to do, it takes you inside the ChatGPT one. So here it shows you, examples for anyone new, explain quantum computing. I'm using the examples it gave, but I'll show you others. So here it's really like conversational. Explain that in simple terms. You click enter. One second. This should be green. Thank goodness it's come up. And so when you click that, it will give you that. And you can stop it. If sometimes it's long because I don't want it to go on and on. You can stop it and or you can regenerate a response. Then it will create a second one, which will be slightly different many times. Okay. There you go. Okay. So that's great. And so what you can do is you go back here, you go to the Apple sign, and then it will take you back. Now, whenever you are in a chat or you have, by the way, sorry, they call these prompts. Whenever you type in something and you want it to do a task for you or get information, do something, it's called prompting. So you're prompting, you're typing in a prompt in order to prompt it to do that task for you. Okay. So it's going to record it and you see them here, the history of all your prompts or asking ChatGPT to do something. It's going to keep it here. And one of the things you can do is that you can edit it from here. You use this and you can edit that. You change the title. Sometimes the title may not be what you want it to be. And then once you're done, you click this check mark, means that you're saving it almost. Okay. Then that means you're going to archive it. All right. Probably if you want it to be there because you're going to reference it, you can do that. You can archive it if you want it to go away from here, if there are too many, or you can delete it, which is that. And I'll delete this because I don't really need it. And also to demo for you, again, to ask you, are you sure you want to do that? I say yes, it deletes it. So same thing here, okay? Now, in order to update or upgrade, as they say, upgrade to the plus, the next level, you go here, you click new. I won't click it because I already have an account. You click new, sorry, you click on here, and then it will also bring that up, but it will bring up a screen where it's asking you to make a payment because this is now the subscription one. It's $20 a month. Okay, so that's how that works. All right. Let's see. I'm going over now to Chrome. Okay, so I'm here with Chrome. Let me just make sure that, okay, which screen are we on? Yep, I think that's the one. So when you go here, if you've logged out, it just, even the other one, 3.5, just has login or sign up. One of those. It's very, very simple. They made it really simple, the interface, which I like. So I'm going to log in because I'm already there. I think it comes up and I just go in. That's because it's saved. Okay. And it will have this here to show you that it's ChatGPT Plus. All right. And in order to use the 4, you just make sure that you click on it so that, because this toggles between 3.5 and 4, so that it goes to 4. Okay. So I wanted to show you plugins. What this has is that it has had capability to import, to use what they call plugins. If you've used Google plugins with Chrome or any other, I think even Bing has that, probably even Apple. You're going to find that you can use plugins which really are apps or applications with additional capabilities or additional tasks that they can do for us. So there are so many. I think the last time I checked, there were 523. Okay. But what I wanted to do here, I activated some because it's very simple to activate whatever it is you want. So we have here the App Store. These, by the way, take long to load, but I think because they're increasing in the number, so I may not really do all of them. These are the popular ones, okay? You have Zapier or Zapier. If you use that, Kayak, these are the flight ones, and some others. But the one I wanted to just show you here, these are the popular ones. Sorry, it's page 1 and then page 2. Apparently, these are the most used. Okay. AI PDF, super fast, interactive. So as you can see, many people want PDF, a PDF doc, PDF. There's so many that have to do with PDF. And Expedia also, these are travel. But I'm going to show you now, if you want something, a task that maybe you know that you want to do, you can actually type here in a search. So for example, I typed project management. By the way, the big ones are not here. Ooh, this has changed. This has changed. Project, let's see, with your ping task assistant. The last time I checked, which was, I think 2 weeks ago. That's amazing. There was only this one, Dart, which I'd never had of, so I had to actually research it. But it's an app that's being used in Silicon Valley mostly. In fact, the people who founded it or are working on it, if you heard of Y Combinator, that's where they've gone through, and they've got all kinds of funding. So we hadn't had before. And that's why I'm saying the smaller companies, this is very nimble because it's very new. And it's this one. I'm going to show you how it looks. Dart is this one. I'll say this. By the way, when you sign up on their app, they do say that they went through so many startups and they gave them feedback. So they created this according to the feedback of startups. And I think what the startups told them is they don't want this bulky, go here, go there. It's very, very nimble. I like it that you're right there. You just create your tasks and then you're done. Okay. I'm not going to go into it so much, but if you want to check it out, it's there. It's called Dart. Let me see. Hopefully you're seeing my screen. I'm just making sure. Let's see okay, you're seeing my screen. Good. Okay, so Jira just joined. Jira is big. So I wanted to show you the difference. The bigger companies, they're taking longer because there's a lot to walk through. The smaller ones are, adopting AI a bit much faster. You can imagine because there's not too much you have to walk through, okay? So like I said, when I did project, there was only this one. Now they're these. So every day they're, an official plugin for Jira. That's interesting. Anyway, AI with Jira. So I think what it is that it's the someone who uses Jira for their project management tool decided to create this. It's not necessarily by Jira. That makes sense, because before it was only that. Then you have this one, Ask Code. This one I think came recently, GPT plugins. Then Ping Assistant, Task Assistant, very new. Okay. So anyway, those are the you can start off with something small rather than the whole word. Why? Because it may give you different excuse me, it may give you different results. So for example, here, project management, if I type the whole thing, it only gives me that. But if I type just project, it gives me these four. Okay. So you can see the difference. But there are many, if you do all of them, you're going to get a whole ton of them. They're over 500 pages and, you have to keep going. So I won't bring that up because it will slow us down. Okay. We have only a few minutes. So I'm going to do a demo here of what I wanted us to do. And one of the things that I want you to know, I think I did a search here. I wanted to see a search for, I'm going to do just a quick search for chatter example. I wonder if I'd done it because I thought I'd done it already. Yeah, let me go back here. Example, a project chatter. Yes, right up. Okay, there you go. So what I want. Sample project chatter. Okay, so I don't know this website. I'm just getting something here. So, just so you know, guys. Oof, that's long. And I'm not looking for that. Okay, so I think here is a project chatter. So project details, name, reference, title is project chatter, version number, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Business. So that's the scope. And here. Okay. I'm gonna just do just a little bit to see. Okay. Because all I want to do is I want to show you how it analyzes, how it could help us like break it down. So it's gone and highlighted everything, which is not what I really want. That's the scope. I just wanted this project overview. Oh my God. Like, I'm gonna go slowly by slowly. All right, and then I am going to show you. Oh, sorry. So by the way, when you are doing any, are we starting on 0? Yes. When you're doing any prompts, many times you have to train your ChatGPT. When it's named for you, it's going to be your little, it's going to be your little corner of the of the GPT world. Okay. So in this case, I'm going to start saying you have to tell it what to do. And when you tell it, you also can name it. In this case, I do tell it that you are expert project manager. You can say just so we know, I'm going to do it. So I'm just showing you. We tell it that you're going to be you're going to act as an expert project manager. So you can see here it says, yes, I understand as an AI developer, I can assist with various aspects of project management. This includes that. Okay. Creating, managing tasks, setting deadlines, tracking progress, and even providing insights on how to improve efficiency, productivity. How can I assist you? So here is project chatter. Oh, one thing I'll say is that right now, ChatGPT 4, you don't have the capability of really uploading something into it, but you can use one of the plugins if it has that capability, and it can actually summarize it for you. But right now, I'm working directly with ChatGPT, so that is where I would like us to go. Okay, so I say here's a project chatter. Can you summarize it for me to show me the main points of what the project is about? So you put quotes and then you paste your what is it called? You paste your chatter in there. So it says, so sample that. Where is it? Is it this one? Yes. Not sure why I did that, but okay, that's fine. Project overview, I'm going to do that. I think what happens is they made it that if you copy that, then it gives you that. So I'm going to just remove that because I don't need the source. Oh, it's not giving me. So I think they don't want us maybe to copy this. That's why you see that's happening. Copy. One more time. If it doesn't do it, that's fine. I'm going to just go with what we have. Okay, so that doesn't work. So I'm going to just go with this one, the introduction, and then we see. I told it here's a project chatter. Can you summarize it for me? Show me the main points of the project, of what the project is about. Okay. Then I also ask it, give me the main points in a bullet format. So let's see what it gives us. Well, the project overview came over. I did it twice. Okay. That's interesting. Huh. All right. So as you see, it goes very, very fast. Okay. Here is the main points of the project chatter. The project is involved, is that essentially breaks that down for us. Okay. And the plan is to continue the usage growth of that product into Africa. 𝐿𝐴𝐚𝐬 to provide local support to African countries in their own language. Okay. So what I'm going to say here, I'm going to just say, can you give me the a project outline of how we can go about doing the main project objective to bring it to fruition. Sure. So this is it gives us a project outline, just as an example. Testing, implementation, boom. There we go. So that's the project outline. Okay. So you see how really it can help us. One of the things, though, I always suggest is you have to look through this to ensure that what is giving us is correct. Obviously, this is a project I don't know anything about. And right now, I'm not going to, use my mental energy to go through it. But as a project manager, you go through it, try to understand it, and see if what it's telling us is actually correct. All you have to do is update it. And then you go from there. So this is a nice short project. You see from there. And we can tell it, it will give us a project outline. And then from here, we can go on and continue with our project management. Okay. So this is how I wanted to show you at least how you really can go faster with project work. And for also any professional who is not a project manager, if you're doing any work that maybe you're using a framework of managing your work, this is something that you can do. So for a professional, I'm going to say, for example, that I'm going to just give an example. We want to write social media post on LinkedIn. I'm going to tell you LinkedIn because it can decipher the different platforms and how it does it. On LinkedIn, where I talk about my expertise and what I have done in the past to fulfill my clients' project work. Okay, I want to write a social. Write me a social post where I mention the problem, then I show 3 steps of how I solved this issue. What the client's results were. Use the above project as an example. Now, this can be anything, but I'm really I wanted to go off the cuff to show you that I haven't just prepared this thing and coming. I know that it's something at the back of my, this is something I'm coming up with that it's an everyday situation. And so it's something that you can do. So let's see. Sorry. As an example, and then I'm going to limit the number of words. You can do that or you don't have to, but I want to limit that because sometimes, it can go long. Write in 400 to, I'm going to say 450 word post. Okay. So just to show that. There you go. So it wrote us that post, except there's something usually it does. I don't know. We didn't have it here. I'm going to say rewrite. Okay. Because this is new. Rewrite the post above, adding emojis to it to make it more attractive. Okay. So I asked it to rewrite and use emojis because it actually does that, which I thought was very, very neat. So you can see that planning. And the other thing, if it does add emojis, Sometimes it also will add hashtags that it will think up for you. Let me know if you would like any changes to this draft. So this is a draft, okay? So as you train this, the thing is that you can ask it to add different things you want, or if there's something you don't want the way it is, you really ask it to rewrite it, but explain to it what you'd like it to either do differently or remove or add to, okay? So that's how you do. For example, I can ask it, can you write the post and add our CTA's call to action and hash and appropriate hashtags. Okay. Once you're done with this, we'll be done. Okay. And as you can see, the speed is pretty fast, pretty fast. But with everything, everything, I would advise also review, for example, if it's a post, but mostly this had to do with communication. That's where I was going with this. Review it and make it personal, because many times it might not be really as effective as you'd want in terms of personality in it. And also maybe updating, for example, here, problem solving, client success. These are actually very appropriate. You can see that. But if you want to add any more, you can, for example, okay? So that's what I like about it, that you will get your results faster. Now, if you're in a situation where, especially if you're a paid copywriter, my suggestion is that please use, there's some other apps. There's Jasper.ai, there's Grammarly. Actually, I use Grammarly. It's this little icon here. That will help you to decipher that what you have is not too GPT-ish, okay? The reason for that is, if you are someone, for example, who may be writing for clients, you don't want it to be like it's straight up from GPT and then you're just putting it there. You really have to put a personal touch and also rewrite it in a way that it's appropriate for either the company, the language, the culture, and things like that, so that you're not just spitting out what exactly ChatGPT is doing. Okay. So, but if it's your personal thing, like here posting, even that, by the way, you have to do that. So again, it's using this as an assistant, not fully as that. I mean, sorry, not fully everything that we spit it out as it's given to us. But we utilize it as an assistant. However, there's some things certainly that actually we could, put them as they are. But I'm just saying, be cognizant of that. Okay. Like doing a project plan, I mean, outline, that is very good. There's nothing, I mean, this is okay. But where it's copyright, sorry, not copywriting, not copyright, like you're writing someone's stuff. Copywriting, where you're writing copy, things like that, you just have to make sure that it's appropriate. Of course, this includes marketing, this includes sales, this includes HR and all different industries, okay, construction and things like that. Okay. Instructional design, if you're someone who designs maybe, let's say, instructional courses or things like that, that's just another thing. Just make it, personalize it, essentially. Okay. So I hope this was helpful. So all in all, what I want to encourage you, busy project manager, is that don't hesitate to use ChatGPT. Use it as an assistant. And if you're someone maybe who has an agency or things like that, certainly if you're growing, that is, and you can afford it, sometimes you can even have, the VA. A VA is a virtual assistant, and the assistant. But if you're someone who is especially starting out, who's a business owner, small business owner starting out, this will really, really help come in handy. And then as you grow, you can hire also a personal assistant, because that's the other thing, a personal assistant or virtual assistant. Okay. But that's the thing I'm trying to say, that please don't let yourself burn out. There is really many of these tools are coming up and we can really use them. I went through burnout, and I would not wish it on anyone. I literally had to take a silent retreat for a week because I was so burnt out mentally. Okay. So that's my advocacy to you, is do not be left behind. Take this up. So what we're going to do tomorrow, tomorrow then we're going to be, I'm going to just stop sharing here. Tomorrow I'm going to talk about how this can be transformative for us. Okay. I've shown you at least how the productivity goes up, really, especially also if you're very busy. Sometimes we don't have the thinking capacity, honestly, and you have deadlines and things like that. So this is really where ChatGPT comes into play. Anyway, tomorrow I'm going to talk about how this can be very transformative and other things that, you know, it can help us for sure. Okay, so please do come back. Tomorrow I have 3 sessions. I have one at 12 Eastern, and I also include the times for Central and Pacific. I also have at 3 p.m. And then I also have at 7 p.m. like today I did. Okay. And same thing on Wednesday. So 3 days I'm doing back-to-back sessions, mastermind sessions. They're different topics, but it's all really to show you how you need to use ChatGPT. So thank you so much. I hope that you come back tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.